Hi, I'm Lauren. Today we're talking about Egypt. Egypt is a country in northern Africa. Here's Savannah talking about gender in Egypt.
Thanks, Lauren. Although one may believe that gender in Egypt is equal due to their advanced modernization, it isn't all that equal. While they are given equal opportunities as men, most women choose to stay home, as they feel that it is their duty. This is not surprising, considering 87% of Egyptian men feel that a woman's job is to stay home as housewives. If you check the infographic, then you'll see that the employment rate for Egyptian women is just 22.18%, whereas the employment rate for men is 73.72%. And the literacy rate for men is 80.3%, with women at 63.5%. This shows that most women do have the same opportunities as men to work. However, they choose not to, as it has become the social norm for women to stay home as housewives. Of the 22.18% of women who do work, 2/3 of them end up leaving the workforce for family-related issues. This goes to show how responsibility is divided between husband and wife in the Egyptian households.
Hi, I'm Lauren. Today we'll be talking about Egypt. Egypt is a country in northern Africa. Now let's go to Amelia, who is talking about religion in Egypt.
Thanks, Lauren. In Egypt, the most dominant religion is Islam, with 90% of the population following the Islamic faith. Islam's branches include the Sunni and the Shia, though the Muslims in Egypt are predominantly those of the Sunni branch. Looking at the infographic, you can see that Egypt has a Sunni population of over 80%. Islam is a hierarchical religion. Islam is also a universal religion because it appeals to all people, not just of a certain region. The hearth of Islam is in Mecca and Medina, both of which are located in Saudi Arabia or on the Arabian Peninsula. Expansion, relocation, and contagious diffusion were all used to diffuse Islam. Relocation diffusion was used in moving from different islands and through trade and war. Today, Islam is majorly practiced in the Asian Pacific region, the largest Muslim population being in Indonesia, and Pakistan and India both follow with large Muslim populations as well. If you look at your graphic, you can see the distribution of Muslim populations around the world. Some sacred sites in Islamic faith include the Kaaba in Mecca and the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. The minority religion in Egypt is Christianity, with 9% of the population being Coptic Christians and 1% being characterized as other. Coptic Christianity is a denomination of the Eastern Orthodox Church, which is a hierarchical religion. Christianity is also a universalizing religion. Islam and Christianity are both monotheistic religions, meaning they believe in the existence of one God, which is the opposite of a polytheistic religion, which is the belief in more than one God. An example of an ongoing conflict is between the Muslim majority and the Coptic Christian minorities. One recent event is the bombing of the Coptic Christian church during one of the New Year's Eve services. This one instance left 21 dead and many more injured. Coptic officials have counted over 300 attacks in the past years, but the imam in charge of keeping peace between the two religions claimed no one has been killed, no one has been wounded, and there is no conflict. The ongoing conflict created violence and institutionalized discrimination against the Copt people.
Hi, I'm Lauren. Today we're talking about Egypt. Egypt is a country in northern Africa. Let's go to Shailey and talk about ethnicity and race in Egypt.
Egyptians make up 91% of the total population, which is about 93 million people. The largest ethnic minorities include the Turks, Greeks, Abkhaz, and Bedouin Arab tribes, as well as the Siwis and Nubian people along the Nile. These minority groups make up less than 7% of the entire population. Among these groups, Egypt also has many refugee immigrants coming from Iraq, Ethiopia, Somalia, South Sudan, and Eritrea. These immigrants only make up 1% of the population. Because of the number of minorities compared to ethnic Egyptians, there has been a very prominent conflict present. There have been fighting between the Bani Hilal group and Nubian villagers in the southern province of Aswan. Nubians have different dialects, traditions, and culture from the rest of Egypt. Because of this, the Egyptian Arabs marginalize the Nubians, and Nubians are constantly discriminated against. There has been a long history of violence between the two groups, including looting, burning, and robbing. The two rival sides attended a reconciliation meeting in 2014, which aimed at ending their long-standing dispute. But an argument broke out and it became a firefight that killed 3 tribesmen. The Nubian-Egyptian conflict is still present today, and it's affecting the country because the conflict created violence, which led to more police and government involvement and more deaths. People's cars and homes are being destroyed. They aim to create peace, but it hasn't happened yet. Race is an issue in Egypt and can be proved with this conflict. If race was not an issue, Nubians and Arab Egyptians would not feel the necessity to have so much violence.
If you look in the infographic, you will see a chart with all the ethnicities.
Hi, I'm Lauren. Today we'll be talking about Egypt. Egypt is a country in northern Africa. Let's go to Natalie and talk about folk and pop culture in Egypt.
Thanks, Lauren. A couple of cultural groups around Egypt are the Copts. In the infographic, you can see that the Copts are the Christian minority of Egypt, who share the same customs as each other. Another local group of Egypt are the Fellahin, which are farmers living in small villages along the Nile River. The influence of globalization has helped bring Egypt into the 21st century in both technology and academics. It has created more jobs and better opportunities for the people of Egypt. Egypt is a stage 3 country. Standard Arabic is the official language in Egypt. While Standard Arabic is the official language, the dialect Egyptian Arabic is what is commonly spoken. The Coptic Orthodox religion also speaks Coptic, which has become an extinct language.
To recap, Egypt is a country in northern Africa. Today we learned about the ethnicities in Egypt, religion, gender, and the culture of Egypt. We love Egypt.